You ready to let the dogs out?
What?
Do what?
From the All Indiana Podcast Network.
Join Pet Pals TV's Patty Spitler as we celebrate our furry friends.
Cats, dogs, and all the critters in your family.
Celebrate the bond between pets and people and meet Hoosier heroes saving four-legged lives.
I love it. Good. I'm glad.
It's the Positively Patty podcast.
I can't wait anymore. Me neither.
Now, your host, here's Wish TV contributor Patty Spitler.
And coming up on the Positively Patty podcast, we're talking to an old friend. No, let's say an experienced friend. Her name is Rita Rose, and she loves pets as much as I do. We'll take a look at that and also talk about, the book that she wrote with me called Patty Spitler, the Dog Who Saved Her Life, and how you can order it. All that coming up on the Positively Patty podcast. And now on the Positively Patty podcast, we have a special guest today. She's a former writer for the Indianapolis Star for 43 years. She's my friend. She's my assistant. She comes over and takes the dogs to the groomer and picks up stuff out of the yard. And also, she writes for Great Day TV and Pet Pals TV. Her name is Rita Rose. And we're going to talk about that and a new book that's out. But let's start off with a kitty cat. You're a cat lover. What have you got?
Well, I have a kitty named Timber, that's your cat. I have a kitty named Tinkerbell, and I got her from a rescue. I believe in adoption, and although I've gotten several cats from other sources, but 2 years ago, I lost my 11-year-old cat, and so when I went to get another one, I went to Indy Humane, and I got a cat there who was 10 years old. Wow. And it turned out that he had a lot of health issues, and so I only had him for about 15 months, and then when I lost him, I looked online on Pet Finder, and I found Tinkerbell. And
who goes by the name Tinker now?
She goes,
Tink.
yeah, I call her Tinker. And she was 10 years old. She's 11 now, and she's the most cuddly, affectionate cat I've ever had. And I just am just happy that I was able to find one that special.
And she's lucky she found you. Oh,
yeah,
boy.
And adopting an older cat for me was important because, I'm getting up there. And I don't want to outlive, I don't want my animals to outlive me. So I think it's important, for older people to think about adopting older cats and growing.
And also, kittens can be, they climb up your leg and on your hair. And I know. So I have an older cat, too, my Timber. 9 years old from Indy Humane. And you know what their personality is, too. He's pretty independent, but they're all different. But, yes, I agree. Sometimes consider an older pet. It might work for you. Okay, 43 years at the Indy Star. You covered entertainment. We'd run into each other on occasion and covered a lot of things, including the last Elvis concert.
Yes, I keep getting reminded of that every year.
Oh, my. So why do you love to write? What is it about writing?
I don't know. I've always loved to. Ever since I was a kid, I would, for fun, write short stories and that sort of thing. And I was good in English, and I was on the high school newspaper at North Central, and I don't know, it's just in my blood.
And grammar is in your blood, too.
Yes.
Yeah. Rita will text me or something and say, Patty, you forgot to put a period here, or this is spelled right. And I go, nobody cares about that anymore on Facebook, but it's better to be right. So it must drive you crazy when you see all the things now.
Oh, Facebook makes me nuts. I twitch all the time.
Yep, she's our grammar queen. Okay, speaking of grammar and speaking of pets, this came about, first off, the pandemic. And you'd come over for a visit. We'd go down in the basement and find clean out. I was cleaning out my basement, as many people were, and we'd find old pictures and then take a picture and put it up on Facebook. And people say, "Patty, you need to write a book." So that's what we did with some of the pictures in there. Tell us how the book came about in your words, and then we'll take it from there.
Well, I know that when you would put up a picture of yourself with a celebrity like The Rock or George Burns or somebody like that, and people would say, "Oh, Patty, you've met so many celebrities. You should write a book," and then 10 other people would chime in and say, "Oh, yeah, you should." And so I got to thinking about it, and I thought, well, I could help you out with this if you were willing to jump in.
Yeah.
And so we worked it out so that we wrote it together.
Well, you wrote it. I would tell you stories, and then you'd send it to me, and then I'd put a Pattyism in there or something. So yes, it was a collaboration. But trust me, I would not know how to do a book by myself. First off, you got to have a lot of patience, and I don't have patience. I like to get things done quickly. And the hardest part was trying to remember things. You'd go, "Patty, what'd you do in January of 1972? I don't remember. And even pictures I'd forgotten about. Here it is with Kevin Costner with his arm around me, and I don't even remember that party. How could I forget that? So anyway, the book is out, and also it has a lot to do with animals and how throughout my life animals have helped me. And the title of the book is...
The Dog Who Saved My Life.
Yes. When I quit work at Wish TV, December 24th of 2004, due to hearing loss, as you know, I have Meniere's disease. I got a cochlear and hearing aid now, but still, back then it was a real struggle. So I thought, now I'm home, I'm not traveling for entertainment, I can have a dog. So I got my Bernese Mountain Dog, my first one, named Louie, and he did save my life. And we talked about that in the book, too. What did you learn about me that you didn't know?
Oh, gosh.
She's rolling her eyes. Too much. And don't tell people the stories I told you you can't put in the book.
I was going to say I learned a lot, but they're not. It's just not in the book. I don't know. I guess I didn't know that you had been married.
Really?
I missed that somehow. Gosh, I don't know. Well, a lot about your childhood and how you became somebody who could perform. And you were a shy kid, and
Only child,
and then you got into high school, and all of a sudden you blossomed. And you were working hard even just in high school, and
lots of
and then how you
plays.
went on to college, and you were just working at all these radio stations. I guess I wasn't that aware of your background in radio and how extensive it was before you came to Indianapolis and
TV, yeah.
got on TV, on Wish TV, and became the host of Indianapolis Afternoon with Dick Wolfsey. And, from that part on, I kind of, followed you. But, the early stuff was, to me, it was fascinating.
It was an interesting upbringing. When I look at, I didn't want to play with other kids. I wanted to play with the animals. That's fine. But in Indian Lake, Ohio, went up there. I had a pet duck. We had all kinds of. I had a pet rabbit named Bun Bun. I know I'm not good at names. So I've always loved animals, and they really. I talked to the animals before I talked to other people. I wasn't comfortable around other kids because I was an only child, and my parents were older, and they were pretty strict too. So. But they loved animals, too. I remember when I looked at, when I was going to get my first Bernese Mountain Dog, Louie, I found a picture of my dad and me with our dog, which at that time was a collie mix named Duke. And I thought, at first I want a collie, and then I started looking at the different breeds. And actually, the Bernese Mountain Dog and the collies have similar markings with a white stripe and the temperament of the Bernese Mountain Dog, which is kind of goofy and slow, I thought would be a perfect mix for me, too. And then, of course, Mabel's my rescue, and she's just a hot mess. But it has been interesting. I tell you, that's my first and last book, though.
Well, there's lots of chapters we could add, but I don't think we will.
Yeah.
But I that was another thing, too, is we came from similar backgrounds. I was an only child. I had older parents. I always had pets.
Yep.
And, it was, I would say, oh, I wish I had a brother, I wish I had a sister. But then, you could turn to your pet and just be happy with
Right.
just having a little fur child following you around. And so that was kind of interesting, too.
And what you put into them, you get back, which is very, very wonderful.
Yeah.
And by
the
the way,
theme-
as we're talking, Stewie's sitting here listening to our conversation. Stewie, are we saying all the right things? Is that okay? Yes, he says that's okay. Okay, someone wants to get the book. What do they do? It's an interesting process. Tell us about that.
Okay. You can go to petpalstv.com, or greatdaytv.com, and there's a blog right at the top of the page that says Patty's book is here. And you click on that, and you can read all about how the book came about. And then at the bottom, it tells you 2 different ways that you can order the book. One is by mail order, and one is through, if you want to do it online, there's a PayPal account.
Okay.
So it's all on the website.
It's all there.
Both websites.
Easy to find, easy to order, and if you put your name in there, I'll sign it for you, and Rita will send it out to you. So thank you very much. Thank you for taking care of the pets when I'm at work. Yes, because
Well, that's an easy job.
That's an easy job. Well, they do love you. I'll say, Rita's coming, and they run to the door. It's so funny. Okay, Rita Rose, assistant friend for Pet Pals TV. We thank you very much, and writer of the dog who saved my life. And again, if you need any help with writing or grammar, Rita can tell you what to do. And she's happy to do it. Thank you so much.
Oh, well, thank you for having me.
Okay. That's it on the Positively Patty podcast. We'll see you next time.
Discover more pet-friendly stories at PetPalsTV.com and stay with Wish TV online at WishTV.com and when you follow Wish TV on Facebook. Be sure to like and subscribe to this podcast and discover more great podcasts from the All Indiana Podcast Network now at AllIndianaPodcastNetwork.com.